this guy is the least effective head coach in the National Football League. Why anybody would want to get up and play for this guy is astounding. And here he is after the game. There it is, the best line. Feels like we lost the game. You did, Mike. You lost the game because you had bad penalties at a bad time. You lost the game because your starting quarterback has a poor and young offensive line in front of him and threw another interception late in the game. You made the mistakes late in the game. Sure, you did very well early on in the game. Look, the Dolphins had the Bills right where they want them, right where they wanted them. They had them. They had perhaps one of the, if not the biggest upsets of the season right there in front of them. And they blew it. And the defense also blew it because you allowed that final score, the final drives. You did good in the first half. You didn't do good in the second half. It's time. Mike, you're fired. I mean, it really has to be dead man walking when McDaniel walks in to meet ownership on the Friday morning after the game. Mike McDaniel, you're fired. You're out. That's it. And right after you and Mike, look, this is nothing personal. You got to realize something here, all right? People like me, we've been covering the National Football League for decades, for a long time. We have seen coaches come and go in every single sport. Rarely have I ever gone into a situation where I'm going to make it personal. Now, there are a couple of coaches out there I've dealt with who, quite frankly, I'm glad they got fired. I wanted them to get fired. I'm glad their lives were over. I'm glad their earning potential went down the tubes because they're just nasty, rotten people. And they deserve it. And no, I'm not going to get it. Maybe one of these days I'll get into it, but not right now. But there are guys and gals out there who deserve to be fired because they're jackasses. They're just completely nasty people. McDaniel's not one of them. I mean, I don't know the guy personally. I really don't. But I know he seems to be an okay guy. He never stole a freight train. But in the same breath, he's an awful National Football League coach. He's in way over his head. After you fire Mike McDaniel, see, this is where it gets a little bit tricky here because, again, you got to come up with somebody who can then take the team for the rest of the season. And, of course, somebody will rise from the assistant coaches ranks. But then you've got to think about the general manager because Chris Grier is the guy who put this team together. A lot of time coaches have input at least on what goes on, and you got to figure that McDaniel had input, but not that much. Grier built this team. But you can't fire him now. If you fire coach and general manager, you may as well just shut the doors and surrender every game this season.